Hey everyone, Mike from Iceberg Cyber here, and let's go over cyber powered prospecting trade show edition. Let me walk you through it. So, on this episode, we're going to talk about how to prospect new leads at trade shows. Specifically, we're talking about like small chamber of commerce type stuff. So, you've probably been there. You've gone to the chamber events, you've done the little small business networking events, and you feel like this guy, sweating through his shirts. No one likes your elevator pitch, and mostly you feel like it's a waste of time and you shouldn't be there. That's exactly like one of our MSPs, Trisha. She's from Wisconsin. She tried a couple of these small chamber events, like little BizCon type things. No leads, no conversations. She was just boring anyone that she spoke to. Here's why events don't work. Stop trying to pitch people. Okay? No one wants to be pitched. Ever. You don't want to be pitched. You don't want someone calling you and pitching you. You don't want to meet someone at an event and they pitch you. It's gross. No one likes it. So don't do it. Especially in person. It makes the experience super weird. No one wakes up thinking that they need to buy IT. So don't try and pitch them that. What's worse is if you try and like attract people to your booth with swag, you're just wasting money. Like the little tchotchkes and branded stuff, people might pick up like kleptos and then throw away. You're just wasting your money. Don't even bother. That's why events don't work, because people try and pitch. Here's how they could work. You're there to learn about people's problems. I'm going to say this a few times throughout the presentation. We're there to learn about people's problems in the words that they use to describe them from their mouths. That's the number one reason why you should go to an in-person networking event, because then you can hear firsthand how your prospects talk about their problems. The better you know their problems, the better you can solve them. So listen. That's why we go, to listen, to hear our prospects talk about their problems in their words. That's how events could work. What do you say to make this happen at a networking event? Like, this is the big question that Trisha asked me before she went. You need something inviting. So people stop in the aisle. They don't walk past you. They stop at your booth and they talk to you. You don't want to feel salesy. You don't want them to think you're salesy. And you need them to open up so that you get them to actually start talking about their problems. This is exactly what Trisha did. Okay, we're going to walk you through her exact case study. Trisha's on the right, her colleague's on the left, and the guy on the far right-hand side is a prospect. This was Trisha a few weeks ago. We were at a city managers convention in Wisconsin. She used a TV on a TV stand. Super simple, like $100 from Amazon for the TV stand. She had the TV at the office. She threw up her CyberScore landing page. That was the hook to get people to stop. We were there with smiles, and we would just ask, hey, you want to see your score? That got people to stop. Like you say it with a little bit of charisma and excitement. You say, hey, you want to see your cyber score? That got people to stop because it's a common enough thing that people resonate with. So this was one of the city managers. You can see the consternation on his face. He's checking it out. He loved it. We digged into all of these different things. He went through all the different dark web breaches. We were talking about email impersonation security. He loved talking about it, which is exactly the point. We need a prospect, instead of walking past the booth, to stop and start talking with us. That's what happened to Trisha. She actually felt natural. The line was, hey, you want to see your cyber score? Nothing more complicated than that. She was just chatting with people. There were maybe 150 souls at this event, 150 human beings. Trisha got 30 people to run their cyber scores, 1 in 5. 30 people to run their cyber scores, and they asked her to send them a follow-up email. Let me show you how she did that. We use the dark web report and the DMARC check to get them talking. DMARC is what looks for the email impersonation settings on their email domains. This was a city managers event. The city managers really resonated with that email impersonation because they saw the risk to their residents. If someone could impersonate an email from the city, they could spam the residents, and they didn't like that. The city managers saw the risk there, so that's what we gravitated towards, the DMARC email impersonation. We got them to open up and tell us why. And they told us all these stories about people scamming seniors and abusing the booking services and scamming the city. So that's what we really chewed on. And then the offer was, hey, who can I send these DMARC instructions to? Can you see it in the bottom? Who can I send these DMARC instructions to? And that's where we got the prospects to ask us to follow up, because they would say, here's my email address. Send me the instructions on how to fix this DMARC stuff. It's a perfect lead magnet. They asked us to follow up. The bigger value, we were there listening. We used the cyber score to get them starting to talk, and then we just kept on asking questions. We heard their real problems. They were all talking about cyber insurance. The problem there was they weren't sure if they were complying with the insurance requirements. That's perfect. That's what an MSP can help them do. So we're hearing for their real problems. They talked a lot about cyber safety for seniors. This was a big thing. Seniors getting scammed, telephone scams, email scams. So here's another great lead magnet opportunity. MSPs can run cyber safety for seniors workshops. Perfect thing to offer as a lead magnet to the city. It's a great way to build trust with the city administrators. A lot of the city administrators were talking about using AI to write requests for proposals. They go through a lot of documentation, a lot of paperwork, and they see AI as a great time saver because they all have lean teams. Same with any small business. So yeah, another great lead magnet. If you're in the Microsoft suite, do like a Microsoft Copilot for writing RFPs for city administrators. Great lead magnet workshop. And then the last one we heard a lot about, the cities would have cyber insurance. They didn't know if they complied, but one of the things that they stuck out to them was the insurance companies were telling them to get phishing awareness training. So there's another great lead magnet. Like, give your phishing awareness training away for free. Use that as a lead magnet. It's a great way to get your brand in their inbox all the time. More on that later. So, as you all know, the money's in the follow-ups. We had 30 leads ask us to follow up with them. So we sent them the DMARC instructions, how to fix DMARC. We followed up, we sent them those emails as the next follow-up, and then we would ask, hey, who else do you know that wants to see their cyber score? That's the power move. Every time you send a prospect a follow-up email, say, who else do you know that wants to see their score? Not do you know anyone, but who else? Suggesting that they know somebody. That's what you want to do, because now we're getting these city administrators to introduce us to their colleagues. It's a small community. They're introducing us to their colleagues, and then the process continues. We then send their colleague their cyber score. We're going to highlight the DMARC issue about risk to the residents, and we go from there. So here's some quick tips. You saw the picture of how Trisha did it. Booth, tablecloth, TV with your cyber score on it, TV stand. Nothing more complicated. Don't overthink it. No need to overspend on merchandise and swag. Those kind of chuck sheets aren't moving the needle for you. Do something meaningful, give them some information, and then have a meaningful conversation. Don't worry about the free stuff. Don't sit at the chairs. There were 4 other MSPs at the event sitting behind their tables on their chairs. They didn't have a crowd around their table. Trisha did. Stand in the aisles. You're going to have to channel some charisma, because you got to make that first impression and say, hey, you want to see your cyber score? Smile, look interested. Tonality is key. Act interesting, and people will be interested to talk to you. You got to break the ice, get them talking, and then really listen to what they have to say, because that's where those gems come from on hearing their problems. Use the cyber score to break the ice, and then ask them, like, this is not a trick question. Hey, why'd you come? Because they'll probably say, I wanted to see the workshop on AI. I wanted to see the workshop on this or that. Find out, because there may be some good lead magnets there, and it may help you ask further questions to uncover their real problem. They came for a reason. Find out why. It wasn't to talk to you. That's a bonus for you. Find out why they came. So that's it. Trisha was not happy about doing events before. Look at her now. Her and her colleague, they came. It was like a day-and-a-half event. They hauled in 30 leads. And the follow-ups are producing more, because the who else do you know is getting warm intros. Be like Trisha. If you feel uncomfortable, I will come and run the event with you. Standing offer to whoever watches this recording. I offered that to Trisha. I flew from Toronto all the way to Madison, Wisconsin. We did this a day and a half. She hauled in leads. I will more than happily come and do that with you as well. And if you think it's a one-off, here we go. Wall of love. Here's Martin doing the exact same thing. Okay? TV stand, TV, cyber score. He didn't even have a branded tablecloth. He just printed a big sign with his logo on it. Great. He's doing the same thing. Small little chamber event beside the like knick-knack makers. He's hauling in leads. He's looking for accountants and financial advisors. Sergey's doing the same thing. Sergey's got a lot of charisma. He goes up on stage. He uses his cyber score, which he's rebranded Hack Proof Score, getting people to talk to him. Here's Esty and Kate Same type of thing. The morning of this show that I did it with them, they said, Mike, we hate doing shows. Look at them now. They're holding a whole bunch of business cards of people they met that day. They don't hate it. Same type of thing. TV on the table. They got their nice little illuminated stand. That's all you need to start making connections with people and listening for their problems. Andre's doing the same thing. Booked an appointment with Calendly while I was taking the photo. TV stand. Here's Sarkis doing the same thing. He didn't even have a TV stand. He just used a monitor. Same thing. Smiling, booking the appointment right here while I'm taking the photo. So that's as easy as it is. If you're thinking about doing in-person events, the main value is for you to go to listen to the prospects talk about their problem. The better you know their problems, the better you can solve them. So go to the in-person events, have your CyberScore lead magnet to break the ice, and then really listen for their problems. Remember, the money's in the follow-ups, so always send those follow-up emails and keep talking to them until you can either book a meeting, get an intro to someone else, or disqualify them by finding out that they don't have a problem. And that's it. That's Cyber Power Prospecting Trade Show Edition. Thanks for joining.